my dear students, welcome you all back to our social class, and revision class is over my dear students. Back to the normal classes we have to come. Okay, so do you all remember we were being seeing which chapter? Yes? Yes? Any guesses? Yes, that is rise of nationalism in Europe we were being seeing, and we saw about the romantic images, how it created a nationalistic feeling among the people. Yes, are you able to recollect those points, my dear students? Yes, and we have also seen a few things that is about hardship, hunger, hardship and popular revolt. Do you remember? If you are not able to remember or recollect it, please go back to the previous video of that revision videos and see those videos, my dear students. So again we'll go into the same topic, that is the hunger, hardship and the popular revolt. So what is this hunger? I've explained you in the previous video. Again I'm explaining you. Hunger means people who are starving for food, who are not able to get their proper food, are called as people under hunger. Okay, if a person who is not able to get regular food of him, then it will be called as he'll be under hunger. Okay, then you can see the hardship. So we'll say beggars and all. Beggars will be considered as the people who are starving for food. So they come under the hunger. Then you can see hardship. Hardship means difficult time in your life. Similarly, here you can find that the European country had difficulties during that time. So what kind of a difficulty it might be? So you can see that it will have lot of difficulties. We'll see those things. So hardship, if you have some difficulties, like you will find it maths which is really difficult for you, who you will not be able to learn it. So those days, or if you are in 9th standard and if you have difficulties in social, that is an hardship for you, right? So if any problem, like now we are under a crisis of coronavirus, right? So this is also an hardship for all the countries. Not only India, for all the countries we are under a circumstance that it is putting us into a pressure of economical pressure, physical pressure and everything. So that is why it is known as the hardship. Then the popular revolution. So popular revolution, which is a well-known revolution which is happening. So that is known as the popular revolution. So these revolutions are really going to create an impact in the European countries. Okay, so if you see in 1830, there was an economical hardship which was happening. What is economical hardship? Why is economical hardship? Financially, peoples were being affected. Financially means, imagine if your parents are both are working, okay, and now you can find what is happening in your home itself. Father might be paid half a pay. So can he manage the financial activity at home? He will definitely find it difficult, right? So if he is paid full pay, no problem, your normal life will be continuing. But if you imagine, he is being paid in half a salary. For example, the father is getting around 50,000 or 60,000. Half a pay of that, if it is 60, 30, 20,000, and if it is 50, it is normally 25,000, right? So this is what his pay will be. So if he is getting less pay, he has to compensate with the other commitment that he has, right? Like if he has housing loan, for that he has to give. If he has got money from any other person, that he has to give. Take care of your old families. Now all the schools are being now going on with the online classes. You need a separate mobile. For that also your father would have bought and gave you. With all these things he is managing and doing, right? So that is called as economical hardship for your father. Similarly, all the people in India, in all the European countries as well as in India, you can find now they are facing the economical hardship. That means financially they are weak at this time. So what happens there in European country? During 1830, you can find that particularly in the mid half of 19th century, there was enormous population rise which was happening. Population was continuously increasing. When the population was continuously increasing, what is needed? We are supposed to be providing them with the proper food, right? Food is needed. So, food facility was not available for them. We are not able to feed them properly because of the population increase in the European countries. Okay, so what happens when population increases? Demand also increases. So the demand will not be fulfilled by the peoples. Demand will be not able to be fulfilled. That is the first thing. And you can see that the other thing that was also here is the job. Many people were left out with jobs and few were being considered as job seekers. Previous classes that I told you, job seekers. They are called as job seekers who have been searching for jobs are called as job seekers. So because of this, there was less of employment opportunity which was there, which made the people to move from one place to another. They started migrating. Migrating means moving from one place to the other. So people from the village area started moving towards the town, and also you can find a shift competition which is also faced by them. So that is at that time in France, they are saying. In France particularly, they don't have the technological development. So this technological development was not there, because of which the common people were not able to produce those amount of textile related products. So what happens is that the country which is in industrial development like Britain and England, you can find, or they are being developing in technological wise, where they started producing more number of products, ample number of products have been produced by them, and very less of products which have been produced in India, in Africa. It is in all European countries, not in India, not in Africa, or not in any other places. In European countries, maximum of the countries were not developed in the technologies. Okay? So they were being producing with the hand related materials. Handlooms we have no, similar to that they were being producing. So what happens that is, they were not able to compete with the technological aspects. So there was a stiff competition which was prevailing among the European peoples, particularly who are at the stage of development. Okay, they had a stiff competition, and the product which was being produced by them was very less in number and was also bought at a very cheaper rate, whereas the product that was produced by the industries, machines, was being more in number, and the cost of the production was also higher, and the cost of buying was also higher. So they were able to meet an equal competition. Like the product which had been produced by manufacturing industries were being sold comparatively less to the price of which have been sold by the handmade aspects. Okay, so this was a problem which was faced in the European country because of the technological development. And next you can find that this stiff competition is also going on one side. The other side you can find that the people are being affected by the other ways, like agricultural production was affected by different means. Like there was an drought which had happened, like drastic natural calamity which had affected them. Okay, so this natural calamity had made them not to produce more amount of productions. Similarly, in the year of 1848, you can find that the food storage were being done. Food storage means they started storing the foods in the different places called as hoarding, and they sold at a higher price. Okay, that was also done in the European countries, and you can also find many were being left with unemployment, and widespread unemployment was prevailing among them. So these are the reasons of economical hardship you can see. Okay, so next you can see that because of hoarding the foods, that is food storage and other aspects, they feel that the price of the food grains started increasing higher and higher. Okay, and as I told you, in 1848, the peoples who were being affected by the widespread unemployment, they brought their own population in the area of Paris out of the road, and they found that they found a barricade which has been developed. Barricade means now you can find we have barricades between two districts that you are not supposed to enter, like with policemen they will have barricades. Okay, so like that they have made an area which is prohibited for the entry of the common peoples. Okay, so you can find, my dear students, the barricade means that is you are not supposed to enter into those areas, but people started even entering into those areas. So what happened is that the king was made to flew from that area. Flew means he is forcefully sent out of the area. He itself got escaped from that area and he has moved to the next area. Like he wanted to escape and move to the other area where he wanted to be very safer. Okay, and you can find that when king has left his own place, there next arises the National Assembly, right? So next supreme power which was there in France is the National Assembly, right? So this National Assembly started giving certain kind of privileges to the people. So what are the privileges? It has given an universal suffrage, that is voting right. Suffrage means voting right. So voting right was being granted to the men who are all above the age of 21. So who is above the age of 21 is being guaranteed the voting right. And it also said that it is the right to work. The common people have been given the right to work of their own will and wishes. Okay, so that was also done. Then you can see that it did not stop with that alone. It started still more important, which has been given to the common people, that it started developing an national workshop where they started providing skillful trainings. Skillful training means how to operate a machine and how to melt the iron, how to melt these silver, gold, and how to make it into an ornament. These kind of training was also given. Carpentry making training was also given. Skillful training was being given to the people in order to provide employment opportunity to them. So that was being done. Then next thing which you see here is that it is about the 1845 and revolt in Celebes. It is a place, okay, where you can find a revolution was also held, and it was being described by William Wolfer. He is being describing that revolution as in different ways. You can listen, just I will read for you. They are having a revolution which has been started by the common people against the contractors. Okay, so what he says that in this village, cotton weaving is the most widespread occupation. The misery of the worker is extreme, and despite need for the job has been taken advantage of by the contractors to reduce the price of the goods they ordered. Actually, here, as I told you, textile, it is related to textile. You can find they had contractors. Contractors means people who will be under their control, right? Like they will have one person, under him few will be working. So those contractors had utilized the people, and he made them to provide raw material and make finished goods. Okay, so finally what happened is that when we get all the product that is being finished, the people were being provided with the very minimum wages. Okay, so this made the common people to get angry upon the contractors. Okay, so they started showing their agitation. Okay, so in 1845 the weavers started revolting against the contractors who had been supplying the raw material and ordering for the finished product. So they will supply the raw material and they will order for the finished products. So to the textile industries. But finally they were been reducing the payment for the people who are working. So the people were been getting agitated towards the contractors. So how they agitated? So that is what we are going to see. So if you see in June 4th around 2 p.m. they are saying the people started entering into the common places where the contractors are there. Okay? So weavers emerged from their houses and they entered into Paris upon the mansions. In Paris, the mansions areas are going to be there, no? That is the working place or the contractors who have been staying, no? They entered those areas and the contractors were being demanded for high wages. So the people are asking the contractors to provide the high wage for them, but they were being denied. So similarly, what happened? They started demolishing the properties of the contractors. They started threatening them, and you can find that group of people forcefully entering into the houses of the contractors. Okay, and they even entered into the elegant windows. They demolished the furniture, fans, proclaimed everything were being demolished, and they also entered, certain other groups entered into a storehouse. Storehouse means where they will store the clothes or store the raw material and keep, no? Those areas also they entered and they started demolishing or destroying those products over there. So this created a fear among the contractors. So what the contractor did is that the contractors along with their family, they moved to the nearby village in order to get escaped from these people. So because if they have been caught by the people, definitely they will beat them brutally, they will beat them, or they will even kill them, right? So that is also possible. So what he did is that the contractors did is they moved away and they flew, similar to the king, they also flew to the nearby village. But nearby village also you can find they were not provided with the proper facilities. The people in those villages also denied giving refugee for this contractor. So what happened is that you can find the people along in the contractor along with the help of the army men, they came back. Okay, so when they are coming back, you can find that after 24 hours they are coming back, but after that also it has an exchange which had happened between them, and 11 weavers were being shot dead when they are coming along with the army men. No, the people were being stationed over there, the weavers, right, the workers. So they are being stationed and they were being agitating, they are showing their opposition. But what happened, with the help of army, the contractors had shot on the 11 weavers. And the 11 weavers were being killed in the particular area itself. So this was also an economical hardship which was happening in France, in different places of European countries. This is just a sample which I am explaining you. But in 18th century and 19th century you can find each and every places in European countries had lot of hardship which is being faced by them. They also showed their revolutions. Okay, my dear students. So this is what is about the hunger, hardship and the popular revolt. The next topic will continue in the next class, my dear student. And small GK question which I wanted to ask you along with the homework you are supposed to send me. So can you tell me which nation became the first nation state in European country? Can you tell me? If you are able to find out the answer, I'll really appreciate you. In the next video, I'll tell you who and all have given me the right answer. So the name appreciation will be given. So thank you, students. We'll continue in the next class. Bye.